Hey, fifth grade friends, Mrs. James here with a fun wrap-up activity to wrap up our collage that we created about a favorite memory or time from our life. What I'm seeing so far, they're looking fantabulous. They're due on the 26th, which is the end of the trimester. But I did say give you a little bit of leeway since it's not going to be a grade until the third trimester. So I'm doing just a little in-between lesson. We're going to do some more collecting of things from around our home, a little bit different. And we are just going to create a fun texture rubbing today to just kind of wrap up this collecting of things from around our home. So I spent some time and I walked around my house and I got some things that I thought might look cool. One being a pot right here, and it has a cool texture. And I hope at this point you all know what a texture is. Texture is one of our elements of design: line, shape, form, value, space, texture. And you know, textures in an artwork can either be actual textures that, you know, you could put your fingers on paint and feel the texture that is being created, or artists use other three-dimensional objects to create texture in an artwork, or it can be applied, meaning that the artist kind of draws that texture into the artwork. So, you know, if you're shading and shadowing hair, you would get that texture of the hair strands and the light source and all that stuff, the way that the artist uses values to create that texture. So we're actually going to use some actual textures to just create kind of a rubbing. And I'm probably sure that in your many years of being in fifth grade, you've done this activity before. It's one of my favorites. I love doing it and just kind of seeing the fun textures you can get out of objects. So I have a shoe here too. So I took off my sneaker. I love the texture that you can see on the bottom of my sneaker. I have a pan, the bottom of a cooking pan. I have a ruler, and I think I'll be able to get some of the texture from the lines that are on there. Some paper clips. I thought maybe a calculator would be cool. I have a coaster from a wedding that I was at, and I really like the heart I'm going to try and use. This is the lid to a candle that I really like that I'm going to try and use, and a paper towel. So we'll see how that comes out. I have a couple other things off here to the side that I went ahead and collected. I got the rings to a binder to see if that might look cool. I have another little container here that I really like the what I see here, and see how that kind of looks. So I have some things off to the side I'm going to try and use as well. And all you need to get is a plain white piece of paper. Just a piece of sketch paper will work for this. You can use just, you know, in any direction. It doesn't really matter. I've gone ahead and I borrowed my daughter's crowns, and I very easily already borrowed the crowns that she has ripped the paper off of. She loves ripping the paper off of crowns for some odd reason, but hey, it works for me now because now I have these materials, these tools at my disposal. So I'm going to create a texture kind of rubbing artwork on this piece of paper by using all the materials and tools that I've gone around my house and collected. Take some time, walk around, see what fun things you can get your hands on, so that you can do this quick assignment. So I'm going to start off, put my stuff over to the side so it's not in my way. Moving it out of the way. I'm going to start with the paper towel, and I'm going to put it down, put my piece of paper down. I'm going to flip it over because it's a little dirty on that side. I'm going to get a green. I'm going to try and use the side of the crown, and I'm not pushing super duper hard. I'm just kind of gently rubbing to see if you can get the texture of the paper towel to show up. Obviously, the harder you push, you might, if it's a soft textured object, it might push the texture down. So you don't want to push too hard. On a hard object, you could push harder. I'm getting a very slight texture here, not too much. So I'm going to move on. I'm going to move this out of the way. I didn't kind of get the extras that I see in there. So didn't work as well as I thought it possibly could, and that is okay. I'm going to use my sneaker next. And I'm going to get my red. Now that's coming out cool. So with the texture of the shoe, you can push a little bit harder, and you'll get some good textures there. Fun, I like that one. Okay, going to put that one on the side. I am going to get the ruler next. I'm going to run the ruler this way underneath. I'm going to get my blue. Not showing up how I thought it would, but that's okay. That's what this is about. So I'm going to leave that one at that. Get that out of the way. I have paper clips and I know they're going to come out really cool. I'm going to pick up my paper, kind of like 2 paper clips right there. I'm going to get my black. And they kind of probably will move as you're working with them, and that might give you a cool effect. All right, so I got my paper clips. Might maybe keep them and use them at a later part. I'm going to get this lid to the candle that I liked. I'm going to get my orange. That's kind of cool. And if you have anything around your house too with lettering, that might come out really neat and cool if it has a raised surface, so you can give that a try. I'm going to move on to the bottom of my pot. I'm going to try and get a really large area of this to get my purple. Ooh, I like that. Kind of like that bullseye look that I'm getting. Now first, before you start to do this though, please check with mom and dad and make sure that the things you're using are okay with them. Crown won't ruin anything, but oh, I really, really like the way that came out. I think I'm going to go over here and do a different color on the end just to get a little bit more. And as you can see, I'm kind of, like I said, using the side of my crown to get the full effect. Trying to make sure my paper doesn't move in the midst of it. Oh, I like that a lot. Move that out to the side. I'm going to get this part of my box here. Push it hard. It's maybe even kind of putting holes in my paper, which is okay. My dog got up on the table. She's so curious, wanting to know what's happening. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Alrighty. That's looking good. Let's try a remote control. I don't know how well it's going to come out, but let's see. I'm not going to break it. I'm not going to push too hard. I'm going to go with, where did my red go? Okay. And the great thing here too, you can kind of do some overlapping. Like I said, I'm pushing kind of lightly here, so I'm not pushing my buttons in too far, but you get that idea of a remote control. Cool, cool. I'm going to get this heart. Push nice and hard on that one. I love the way that came out. I'm going to use that one again a couple times over. And I'm doing some overlapping here. I kind of want that to happen, and that's okay. Cool. I'm going to use this H again, and I'm going to put that one right over here. I'm going to get that blue back out. Like it, like it. I can get my sneaker back on. Like it, I like it. What else? I'm looking around for fun other things that I just have sitting around my area. I love doing texture stuff. It's so much fun. And kind of wrap it around. And make some fun noises too. I'm going to get the edge of this spiral part of my notebook. Let me get a I'm going to go back to the black. Alrighty. I am trying to cover up and fill up every little bit of my paper. That is what I am aiming for. I'm going to move over here and do the same thing again with a different color. I'm going to go back to orange. My paper is moving a little bit and it's kind of creating a cool effect, which I kind of like. Some more of these H's and hearts because I think they're kind of fun. I'm going to go with the green right there. Again because I really like that pot, and I'm gonna go with blue. One more time over here with the green. I know I have the green over there already, but I'm doing one more time with the green. Oh, I want to go back to the paper clips I forgot about too again. What can I color with the paper clips? I like they slid as I was doing that. That kind of looks cool. And now, like I said, you can just kind of keep going back in with a bunch of layers. And now just kind of purple. I want to get some more purple in this artwork. I'm going to get the remote again. Again, with the remote, I'm kind of going lightly on the buttons. No, I only have a certain amount of crayons with me next to me, but if you have more, you get multiple colors out of this, so you might be more happy with your end results. Oh, I have a calculator too. Let me do the calculator real quick. Kind of like the remote, it's just a little fun. Sneaker back. Now this is, like I said, this would be the perfect time to make sure you have as many different cool things at your disposal that you can possibly use. I have bigger shapes up here and smaller ones in the back, so I'm using the smaller shapes right now. And for the most part, I think kind of wrapping up. And again, you'll be pushing harder in some areas, lighter in some areas, doing some overlapping, getting some neat, interesting stuff happening all over your artwork. I think it's so much fun to create textures and get texture rubbings, as we would call this, from things just all simply around your home. Find whatever cool, interesting, fun things. The pot is, I think the bottom of the pot is probably one of my favorite. I love how it kind of gave me a nice background and then use some smaller things on top of it. So it is all about having fun and creating an interesting texture rubbing. Again, your aim is to shoot to cover your entire page with as many different cool, interesting objects as you can find around your home. Last but not least, Mrs. James is going to sign the bottom right and put the year on it, because artists sign their artwork and put the year on it, and I love my artwork. I may give this to my daughter when she comes home. So once you have finished your texture rubbing, your assignment will be to take a good photo of your artwork and get it uploaded to the assignment. And since this is kind of abstracted, not really a right or wrong, if you decide you want to hold yours horizontally or vertically, or whatever works for you, play around with the position. I like mine this way the best, so that's the way I'm going with it, and I sign the bottom right that way. Have fun with this. This is just, like I said, a fun, interesting assignment to wrap up our collages that we just created. I know you collected a lot of things around your home, so your challenge now is just to collect some more. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions or concerns, but again, have fun with your texture rubbings. Let me know. I can't wait to see what the end results look like. Thank you. Talk to you soon, 5th grade. Bye.